Hello, free. I lost you there. Okay. Okay, so actually there is no musts. It's just that if we truly want to be free, there is, as I see it at least, only one way, and that is to go with your spirit, with the truth of the spirit and the principle of spirituality, because that is where we come from, and we will never get free if we choose something that is not of the truth. So, why we must choose to love ourselves isn't anything that we must do. But as I said, if we truly want to be happy, if we truly want to be free, we have to choose to love ourselves, because love is who we are, and we cannot be happy and deny ourselves our own birthright. That simply doesn't go together. And this subject about choosing to love ourselves is a subject that is very, very misunderstood. We think, many of us at least, have thought that to love ourselves is to have everything our own way. To love ourselves, we may think, is about getting our nails done and go to the spa and buy ourselves clothes we want and all of that. And that's nice, that's fine, but it has nothing to do with self-love most of the time. Self-love is something much deeper. Self-love is when we go against our own will, and with that I don't mean your soul's will. I mean the will of the ego. And the will of the ego have to die, because your ego never loves you. Your ego can behave like love. It can say to you that if you want to be loved, you need to have this or that. If you want to experience love in a partner, you need to be a certain way, and you cannot be yourself fully, and you have to deny this or that. The ego has many degrees, and it's very, very smart, because it is a part of us. So it knows exactly what to do to make us fall, but the trick is, if we make a conscious choice from our soul to surrender to something greater, then the trick is that we see through all of the ego's behavior, that we dare to look it straight into the eyes and to rip it apart with honesty, with brutal honesty about what it actually offers us, and that we dare to go against it and follow something else, even though that we maybe never ever have even tried to before, but that we dare to so-called go against ourselves to achieve something greater. And that can be so scary, because it often feels like that we're just throwing ourselves out of a cliff, and that we might die. But that is not literally, of course. Of course we will not jump out of a cliff. You know what I mean. Emotionally, that is what it feels like, that we will die. But that is, at least the experience that I have in my life, that is the risk that I have been willing to take. That it feels like I'm losing myself. It feels like I'm going against myself. I'm not sure about anything. I feel completely lost and all of that. But still I have this little voice, the voice of, hey, voice of the soul, that I can hear in the background that says, jump, 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 go with it, go with it. And surrender. And when I do that, I have always won. I can say that when I have been going against my ego in my life, it has always, always, always turned out to be great. And the opposite is also true. When I have followed the ego, I have no good experiences. I have had temporary good experiences that I can say, like my ego has been satisfied for a temporary amount of time, but it has never been anything that have been with lasting value, you know. So I cannot say, just from my own experience here, that it actually has given me something of true value. And you know, it has nothing to do with materialistical things. It has always to do with our perception and our what's the word? Our perception and our motive behind choosing certain things. You know, I can buy a thing, and it has nothing to do if it's the thing itself, if it's right or wrong to buy a thing, but it is my motive behind the purchase that decides if it comes from self-love or not. You know, and nothing in the outside can make me happy. It always comes from my own perception of myself and how much I choose to follow the voice inside of me. And that is what self-love is. I can live in a castle and I can be miserable, or I can live in a castle and feel wonderful and happy. I can live in a tent and be miserable, and I can live in a tent and be happy. Everything is about my perception and how much I choose to be true towards myself in all that I do. And I would say that true self-love is to choose the perception of the soul and see through the ego. I would say that that is my definition of self-love. To take care of ourselves means that we take fully responsibility for who and what we are and what we choose in our lives by seeing through every single choice that we are making. So we are sure that that truly is in alignment with what we truly want. And we never have to be afraid about what we truly want. What we truly want is always love. Always. Because that is what we are. And we don't have to be afraid either that we would hurt anyone. We may not we may not do what other people want us to do, but we will never hurt anybody by following our own true voice, because it will always come from love. And remember that we are always the ones who are responsible for our own lives. No one can do it for us. And I can say for myself that this spiritual path is not an easy one. It is really hard at times. But in the end, it is always worth it. And I'm just amazed. I've been on this journey for almost 17 years now of my life. And I'm just amazed at how deep this journey can actually go, and that it's never ending. And that I still have so much to learn, you know. And it is humbling. And in this humbling experience of not knowing it all, I also know that I am more teachable than I have ever been. It's a weird duality that is coexisting at the same time. And yeah. So why we must choose to love ourselves is because if we want to be happy, we have to choose to love and see through what is love and what is not. You know? So yeah, that is what I was thinking about today. I wish you all the best. I wish you true love, self-love, and that you choose to honor yourself for who you truly are. Okay, bye for now.